Last time on A Date with Fate, somewhat off-screen, Princess Tuzalon killed her sister, Topalot. Back with our party, the group had breakfast with Bayami and his wife Floreni after transferring to another boat. And as we begin, they are on their way to the Admiral to talk about the intel they have on Breeze. Welcome to A Date with Fate.
So, sated, you go out, go through rows of people, crowded ship with all these extra humans on board, plus the soldiers that were already here. It's a large ship. And go to a fancy cabin. There you see the Admiral of this. I know there's like different ranks of admirals too, like rear admiral and this and that. So, I mean, I don't know. This is the admiral.
He's the front admiral.
That is not one. There is rear admiral, and they are lower than an admiral. I know that.
And then the front admiral is in front of.
Yeah. So this person is actually a tiefling, which it's like it's been a long time since you've seen a tiefling, and Kosima has pretty much never seen one. Like with the stereotypical red skin.
Has she even read about one?
She's probably read about them. Short hair and like little ram's horns.
Little shofars?
Little shofars. Young looking, despite admiral status. So Bayami says, these are the people that said they had some intel on Greece and getting into the island and the whatever. However you want. This is Admiral Rudol. So
Riedel?
Rudol.
Rudolph?
Yeah, but without the L.
The red
Yeah.
nose
Oh,
admiral.
Rudolph.
Rudol.
Rudolph.
Rudol.
Sounds rude.
So okay, like you can say peace.
Is there like a specific salute that we should know, being that we're in the military?
Oh, well, he hasn't taught anything to you yet, but you would have seen Bayami if you were paying attention do, yeah, not the circle thing, but just like a kind of like quick tap here or something like that. Something that looks like your normal salute, but a little bit improvised.
Cool.
And so Kosima's like,
That was my salute because I don't know what anyone's doing.
Lisa, do you want to start with the intel or should I?
Oh, I really think it should be you,
No!
Cletus. And then I can just help. So you could start saying things, and if you get lost, like, because I know sometimes you get lost, I could take over.
Oh, right. So, Your Excellency, the intel that we have is on the palace itself and the weapons factories. What would you like to know first? And the Admiral's like, well, we're only going for the weapons, so let us know about them. And
Can I insight that?
yeah, go for it.
I will also insight. But my insight's more like, well, for now it's just knowing if that's what they want. So 15.
Mine is not that. It's 6.
So as far as Marcon knows, yes, that's correct. And as far as Faye knows, that's also correct. They really are not. They've been waiting for the bubble to fall, but they're not here to kill. They are really here for the weapons against like they need this against Sebula.
How would
They
you
were
know? You're just the
so
GM.
Powerful.
I want to,
so powerful. Why do they need weapons if they're so powerful that they cause everybody to defect?
Bayami's like, what?
I want to squeeze. No, you know what? I'm not. I'm gonna only squeeze. I'm gonna not. I'm gonna no.
Orange juice?
I'm just. My hand is. Yeah, I'm gonna squeeze orange juice into my eyes. To prove that I'm blind.
That's how that works, apparently.
If you're blind, it doesn't hurt. It's not real.
Kosima is
Yeah,
like,
I'm just gonna let Cletus go.
yeah, Kosima says. So I know that Bree. No, she's not that. Kosima says I know that Breeze exports a lot of weapons. What could you possibly want with more? And the Admiral's like, we are at war. You can never have enough weapons when you are at war.
I think maybe what my dear friend Cletus is asking is maybe is there a particular weapon you're interested in? They do make quite a bit. So if there's anything specifically you're interested in, that might help us with the information we give.
The swords and spear, the magical infused weapons, that's what we're after, the ones that they export to us. We've always believed that they kept the best back for themselves, so we're here to take those.
Do you have the ones they've exported to you with you now that we can inspect to see if maybe they're withholding?
He shows you a sword that you can feel the flames coming off of it.
Ooh.
Cletus, is that I don't, I can't see. So
Lisa, you can
inspect
feel
it.
how very hot it is.
I know, but is it of the fine quality that we're used to seeing?
Well, no, I mean that you're used to seeing, but
Because you're
Or I
blind.
don't see.
but it is something that I have seen being. I mean, she's catches herself, and it is something that I know that Breeze has. From my time as an export slave, working in the
I too was an export slave.
And
Working-
so,
working
does
in the
this-
factories.
yes. And does this seem like
Roll deception for her.
am I helping? Am I helpful in any way?
She got 11.
Was there any way I could have assisted before that?
No, I've already done it. He's like, what do you mean, an export slave?
She means that she was around some of these weapons previously as part of her servitude. That said, have I ever seen these things?
You went to the
Yeah,
one of
so
the
I've seen
weapons places.
And can I tell based on the quality?
Are these
Um,
like the weapons that we were handed? Like we were handed ice
Yeah.
swords and shit?
Yeah,
And I would say-
yeah, you can tell this is a weapon from Breeze.
So based on what I recollect, I don't think it's unusual to expect that they keep their best weapons back. But this is pretty similar caliber to what we've seen. And furthermore, they've always relied on the beasts. They've never needed weapons.
So, do you know if they are trained fighters?
They're not.
They're really not, says Kosima.
They're-
From what I remember, I believe there was a lot of theory, not a lot of practical practice.
No, they really have relied on the beast for so long that, in fact, I never saw an elf carry a weapon.
Right, they're mostly monks.
Furthermore, they've never even needed to enact real violence physically, because the only people who are against them are the slaves, and they are magically controlled.
And I hear that even the soldiers are magically controlled. So I don't think you have anything to worry about as far as resistance. And he's like, well, that's very good then. We don't want there to be resistance. We want to get in and out. What do you know about the beasts? There's only one left, correct?
Yes, there's only one left.
Supposedly.
Who is going to be bound for Princess Doppelot. And
Oh yeah, we
she's
think that, don't we?
Mhm. And she is to possess the dragon spirit, which is the most formidable of the beasts. But
Well, as long as no one tries to defeat it while we're on the island, we should be able to get in and out and away.
that would, yes. So, but there were like the rebels.
Right, that's what I mean. As long as these rebels aren't some kind of trouble while we're on the island, there should be no hassle or danger to our soldiers.
Correct, but I would say, Admiral, And you don't have to listen to me, by the way. But they've already done 3. So if you are to do this operation, I think it should be done quickly because they will strike eventually. They have a goal in mind and they're not going to give up.
They only defeated this last one a few hours ago. Which means either they know how to fly, they have a fast ship, or they're among the survivors.
Shocking.
Shocking.
There's no way of knowing, really.
There's no way of knowing.
He does
I've
an
heard
insight check
rumor.
on.
I've heard a rumor.
He got a 19 as part of his insight check. Just looking at you all as a group.
So, do we have to roll deception?
Yeah.
Because I can also say, like, I'm not actually sure.
Kosima got a 6.
Where the
God,
hell is
She's not
deception?
good at that.
Cocked. Cocked. Jesus.
That's a
It's literally,
22.
it was
12.
literally cocked the same place twice.
What'd you say, Stephen?
12.
Always
22.
sorry.
22.
So his eyes come to rest on Marcon's face and Kosima, but mostly because Kosima again doesn't know how to not lie or how to lie or whatever, so she's still learning. But yeah, so he sees like this looking away look on Marcon, trying to avoid interaction.
Contact.
What do you know about the rebels?
So,
No,
as I was
him.
saying.
I want him to answer
Oh,
me.
but I have the rumor.
I don't care. You know something. What do you know?
I don't. I mean, I've heard tell. That's not my accent. I've heard tell
Heard
that
tell.
sometimes I don't know. Sometimes they move by boat. Sometimes they move by like large bird. Um, sometimes they like walk or swim.
Do you
I,
know some water?
well, they don't. Obviously they don't walk on water. Um,
Yes. What do you want, blind one?
Oh, me. I'm the blind one. I was just gonna say that's the rumor that I heard that they fly on the
Right.
birds.
But that
They have
is what
large birds.
I was looking for some new information. It seemed like you had something, but I guess you
Oh,
don't.
you knew
Obviously, they
that?
use a boat. They must use a boat somehow.
Or the birds. I don't know how they control birds.
What kind of bird you fly?
Like really big ones, I suppose. I mean,
I've heard
big
of a
enough
bird
to.
called the Ziz. It's very large. Has wings like so large they can block out the sun.
But maybe it's something like that. But anyway, I hope these rebels won't be.
I've heard the Ziz.
Otherwise, there's
specifically.
no point in us going towards that island if we believe the rebels.
Well, you probably want to get there before the rebels so you can get the weapons.
Right, otherwise the weapons are just gonna like go down with the island, I suppose, right?
And they could need to like regroup.
I mean, what
They
do
could
we
be
know about the
hurt.
rebels, friends?
I
We
don't
know
know,
that
they could be dead.
We also do know that the rebels, they take a few days, at least a week usually in between.
It's possible there are multiple cells of them as well, which means they could attack as soon as an hour from now. I guess we have no way of knowing. What can you tell me about the royal family?
There are at least 2 people worth saving.
And there is drama.
What do you mean 2 people worth saving?
Well, they're just not horrible to us, so.
As if you think we would try to save elves from their own drowning.
Why not? I thought you were these magnanimous, amazing people.
I never said that. We're just here for the weapons.
Well, I think the royals can handle themselves.
The rebels are their problem. So, from what I understand, there is only one port. Only one place to land on the island. Otherwise, it is a very tall mountain.
Yes, unfortunately.
Do you not think that Well, let me ask you this. How do you get from this port to the weapons, to the manufacturing houses?
That's where the walking comes in.
Or if you have a cart, which there probably will be quite a bit since there was a bit of an exodus of um people from the island.
Are there any production houses in the port, or are they only in the within the mountains?
Would I actually know this?
You,
Or should I
yeah,
roll
you should
history
know.
or
You can do history, yeah, like easy history, sure.
I
So
got a
roll it nice
10.
and easy.
Yeah, you know that there's like Donthiar is just a port. Like there's no weapons stuff there except for whatever would be going for export. So it's true, yeah, there might be some weapons there. What is that?
Um, so
It just
the only weapons that would be at port currently is if there was a shipment ready. They don't move them from the factory unless they are ready for shipment. So
And so
the only
otherwise,
weapon that you're going to see on there is of the elves who have the debauchery in mind. So
oh, sure.
a weapon of debauchery?
they, they're gross and they do gross things.
But okay, anyway, the weapons for war. Which city are they in? Where are these production houses?
Let me look at my
Cosima
map
can
real
answer.
quick. Cosima can answer.
They are in the capital city, which is in the middle of the mountain ring. It's called Larian. Which coincidentally would be the same place that the rebels would need to go to for the next beast.
Mm-hmm. What a coincidence. Not really a coincidence. It makes sense, actually. I mean, you would keep your weapons as close to the rich populace as possible, I'm assuming.
So we would have to get all the way there, the large army, while the rebels could be a small group moving quickly. I wonder if this is a good idea after all.
You could send a small group, a strike force or recon.
What's
And then
your general feeling about the rebels?
Even if the island goes down, they should be able to make their way at least out into the water, and then you can save them with your boat.
Right, so that way you don't have to move the whole army. You can, like, really pare down your resources.
It would mean getting less weapons if there's only so many people to carry them, for example.
Or have you at all tried to make contact with these
Rebels?
rebels?
That's what I was thinking.
We don't know who they are. Neither do you,
But
apparently.
But in general,
we
if
are
you could
human.
make contact with them, what would you say?
I would say, let us get the weapons, then you can take care of your beast. I don't care. It is good that Breeze is going down. They were never, I mean, besides their weapons, that's about the only good they ever did for the world.
I think if you sent that message through the humans, they may hear it. They seem to be
Good at getting messages through.
sympathetic to our cause.
So send humans like yourselves to the mainland to say what exactly?
Well, just to try and make contact. I mean, if they're going to be on the main island, it could be other humans. It could be,
To
I
make
don't know.
contact with the rebels.
Yes.
Right.
That way they don't
I
act
mean-
until after you've done your job, and then they do their job. You've got your
Everybody happy.
weapons. They get to destroy the nation of terrible terribleness.
But
Nothing
how
goes
are we-
wrong.
I don't understand how we are going to be able to contact them. Nobody knows who they are.
Well, you'd have to send quite a few humans.
A lot of
Strike forces, squadrons.
Looking for the rebels. That's a waste of time.
Not looking for the rebels, just tell the humans the message. and see if you receive something back.
From what I understand, the people we picked up are the humans that are left. There are no more humans.
So, if the rebels are on the ship, then you'll find out, won't you?
Maybe you should just make an announcement.
To everyone.
If they're in your ranks, if you make an announcement, it's sure to be heard. Whether or
That's a
not
good
you'll get a
idea.
response.
That is a good idea.
This is why I was an insider, human.
That was really good.
You have given me much to think about. Okay. You may go, and I will attempt this.
I want to say that to people at some point in my life. I want to be like, you may go.
You may go.
And see, because, like, that's an amazing way to get rid of people.
I know. And so he said, Bayami, you take them out.
And then Bayomi turns around with his sword
Yeah.
and
Hip,
attempts
hip,
to slay
cheerio.
us.
Yeah. So he takes you out of the cabin. That was a lot of good points that you gave him. It really must make sense that the rebels would be among us.
I think so. But I'm blind and know nothing.
I think so.
Surely some of these humans must have seen something if they all came from Fire Island. I mean, the Ice Island.
I mean, at the very least, it's a bunch of humans. If the rebels are good, then they should be among them. And if the rebels are dead, then what harm does it do to make an announcement?
Well, so as you can see too, it's probably dawnbreak at this point, and the ship is the other ship is leaving, going to Kagoro, and then your ship is sailing on towards Breeze.
Yay!
I imagine he'll want to make that announcement pretty soon.
Well.
Well, in the meantime, there's a lot of military paperwork to do with all these new humans. We have
agree.
to find squads for them and leaders for them.
Military paperwork.
I need to introduce you to your new sergeants.
Are we not going to be under you?
I'm your captain.
Remember?
Oh, yeah, right.
Sorry, he doesn't know too much about the military.
I like birds, though.
I don't know what that has to do with anything, but you're not to be kept together.
Oh, that's interesting. Why?
Oh, why is that?
Sorry to say, but it's a trust thing.
What
They
about...
believe
But
it's more important that how do I say this? They need to know that you're not going there just to murder people. We need to be able to keep an eye on all of you.
Oh yes, because separating us out ensures that we're not going to murder people.
wait, are you going to separate out all of the 2,000 people that
Yes,
just recruited?
yes, they joined military. They need a place. Everything's very regulated.
Right,
No, but none of them are going to get to be together. Like none of us who will.
Maybe a few of them will be together, but not all of them. If say there's 4 friends, only 2 of them will be together.
Well,
Oh, so like
We
groups
need
of
more,
people.
Yes, we need more Kagorans in one squad than these slaves that have come to join us. Former slaves.
How many Gagorans do you have on this ship currently?
On the ship?
I don't think your math is mathing.
Well, it's possible there's more of you that we picked up than there are of us, but it should be a little bit more than half. I mean, there's 1,500 of us. So, that's...
Well, all I do
Look-
have to say is that if you plan on splitting up all these people, the rebels are probably not going to be too thrilled about being split up.
that's true.
Very interesting. I'm sure they'll find their way back to each other.
You guys can't see that because I have things over my eyes.
And you're black.
And I'm black. Well, yeah.
And that's how peekaboo works.
He leads you to some military processing thing where they, like if you've seen the movie Across the Universe, they ask questions and stuff, and so you're like separated along with other humans and stuff as
Oh, I hate that.
they start to ask you things like, what are your skills? Like, what weapons are you used to using? Do you have magic? Like, this kind of thing.
I do have magic, but as you can see, I am impaired and I would require at least one of the people I was with to be with me as they know how I work.
And who would you like to be with you?
Well, I'm great at working with these three people, so
I'm really, yes,
They're like
one
individual
of
scenes.
one of these three people, Marge, Homer, or Cletus.
Okay.
They
Yeah.
don't have last names. We don't have last names.
And then like other questions like, do you have any experience with war?
I personally, no, because I'm only 30, and the last human rebellion was about 100 and something years ago. Supposedly.
However you want to answer. Anybody can answer these questions just for fun.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
you mean
I
the
have
card
experience
game?
with war. You mean the card game. I hate you.
And what battles have you been in?
Mostly against you.
Explain.
Oh, I'm from Sebulord originally, and I fought you all, and then I got hijacked to Breeze and became a slave.
Why would you want to join our army?
Oh, because Biomi is my brother.
Then if he trusts you being here, I will too.
Just flat out about these things. I hate that.
Yeah, they would ask you, like, they would do physicals and whatever. See how much you can lift and carry. And
See how far you can see. Haha.
Is it a P? I'm getting the sense that it's a P.
you're not even looking in the right place.
Okay, point me
But
in
it
the right
smells like a
direction.
pea.
Point me in the right direction, and let me
already
see if
know
I
you
could
can't
use.
see.
I did, but sometimes I'm really lucky. Like I have ESPN or something.
I don't even know what that means.
Yes.
And so by the end of it, you're given like a score, A1, F4, or something like that. 126 odds of guessing the right letter.
But here's the thing, it's because I can actually see. I could freak them the F out.
And yeah, you're given like the name of your sergeant and stuff.
All right, who'd you get for first period? I got.
Exactly. So Mylea and Marcon are together in their squad, but
Of course we are.
together in the other
Fuck it.
people. At that point, with all of the humans,
Sleepovers!
all of the humans gathered in one place, as they sort of just because this has taken several hours and you're very close to the mainland now. Admiral Rudolph comes back, looking all regal and stuff with hands behind his back and stuff, and
Admiral.
and says, "To the conscripts, thank you for joining us. You have." I want to sound really like real when I say this. Your work here goes towards the glorious purpose of uniting this archipelago. It has come to my attention that the rebels who have been putting down the beasts of Breeze must be among this number. It only makes sense as they put down the ice turtle last night and would very likely have been in the water with you. If they're not going back to Kagoro, which I highly doubt because they have some kind of mission, then they are among these people. I would really appreciate it if you would come forward. We strike some kind of deal. Or if anyone has information to point the rebels out. You're not in trouble. I just want to know your purpose and if we can work together. Various people. Two people next to each other. In fact, the husband and wife that you recall
Ah, shit.
from that one inn speak up, like hold up their hand. They're like, "We know something. We know who they are."
Should have murdered them.
Yeah.
Why
And
are
he's
they
like-
doing this?
He's like, "Please come forward." And they're like,
Next time, am I standing next to her?
"To Faye?
Yeah.
Sure."
Okay, so I'm gonna whisper to Faye. I'm gonna say, next time you want to kill somebody, I'll listen.
Thank you. My goodness, I want to kill people all the time.
They only see you as heroes and think they're doing something good.
Of course they do.
And so they go up to the Admiral and they're like, "These
Well-
people freed us! And we are so grateful for them. We don't know what you plan beyond the weapons you say you're planning to take, but we would do anything to help out the rebels. And as long as you mean them no harm, we can help you with them. We'll help point you out to them. Point them out to you."
What's
Have they seen us
funny,
on the ship yet?
that's what I was gonna say. I was like, me and Kosima look totally different.
The only one that looks semi himself would be Marcon because you shaved your head and had elf ears. Everybody else, yeah, it looked different. Kosima, it was just the color of her hair though that's changed.
But now
But
she
now
has
she's a
the, yeah.
human and you're a human and Mylea is herself when she had the cloak at that time. So the only one that looks anything like himself is Marcon. Or from what they remember. And the Admiral says, "I would not do anything to harm them. I just want to know how we can work together. Because we have our own mission. I know they have a mission. And I mean them no harm. I don't know why they're taking down Grace, but it's good for me. So I would do anything to help them."
For me.
Can I insight whether or not he means us harm? I know he says he has his own spiel, but
Sure, by his shouting speech.
Yeah.
And
that's a 17.
he really has no reason to be against you. Like you really are doing him a favor by having removed the bubble and stuff. Like he owes you, if anything.
Alright, should we just come clean?
Well, I don't want to show that I'm an elf.
Right. No, that's no.
No, you don't have to be an elf. They don't know that you are an elf. I'm gonna come clean by myself.
The two humans start describing
No.
you as they saw you in the inn, which that was like what Penny Lane as like the short stout elf, Kosima as whatever she was at the time.
Bodima.
Yeah, I forgot though what she had changed to look like.
Melia, you don't want your brother
no,
to
it was just
know.
Kosima, but with the purple hair.
Why don't I want my brother to know?
And then I was Batu.
I mean, you changed for them. Remember, like you became yourself at one point in the inn, so they describe you as they remember you, the red-haired elf. And then
Wait, why don't I want my brother to know?
Marcon.
Because you just you don't think something like that is going to destroy trust between the two of you? Like
Yeah.
you've just met each other.
If anything, he's already destroyed my trust in him. So I'm fine.
All right, you do it then. I'm not going to.
Okay, what do you
What?
I asked Faye.
Oh,
Oh, what was the question? I
What
missed
do you
it
think?
because
Should I just come clean?
If we were gonna come clean, we should have just done it in the room.
No, I mean like afterwards. I'm not gonna do it right here
Yeah,
in
well,
front of
we
all these
didn't
people.
know that he wasn't going to be, we didn't know the Admiral was going to be good or bad, so,
Right, and besides, if it's just me, I can go afterwards to his like office place where we've been, and just say, "Well, I'm one of the rebels, and I'm meeting the other rebels on the island."
I think there has to be two. And Marcon, no offense, but
Can
you're,
you roll stealth?
oh,
You're
yeah.
in a very crowded room.
Okay, that is a 26 for me.
Oh, hell
That's
yeah.
a 19 for me.
Let me roll stealth. Don't fuck this up, Marcon. Oh, hell yeah, that's a 27 for
Good.
me.
And I got a 47%. So you're
Safe.
whispering well enough.
We're practicing our ventriloquism.
Yeah.
Oh.
Here's the thing. I think two of us have to go in and Marcon, you have to be one of the two because while I think my disguise for you was fantastic, it wasn't that good. You looked like you, but just with elf ears.
Fuck.
So it's got to be you and one other person, whether that's Kosima, Cletus, Marge, or myself.
Well, Marge wants to do it, and we are in the same squadron, so
I know, I don't know if that's a good thing, if you guys are in the same squadron or
Oh
not.
no, it should probably be Cletus.
What? What should I do?
No,
Well,
because
I guess
Cletus
you
is
don't
also
have
an elf.
to, and you
I'll
also
do
don't
it.
have, no, as long as Cletus doesn't have to lie, I think Cletus will be fine.
Okay, and then we'll find out how they treat elves.
Or she doesn't elfify herself.
Idelphify
Or,
herself.
or, hear me out. She's never really one of us anyway.
No.
But I don't know
Kosima,
how this
she
is going
means
to work.
Cletus, she means nothing of that. I just think there needs to
Whatever
be
you
two
decide.
people, but I can be overruled. I unfortunately think it's going to be Marcon.
I think
Whether it's
Why?
Marcon and someone else or
Why?
not.
Why is it me? Why?
Because you look like you.
So what? Nobody cares.
Come on, Marcon, stop being a baby. I'll do it with you. Let's go.
Pretty sure that person who's like going to point at you soon is going to care.
Well, fine.
I don't know. I don't know. It could be me, but it could be you, but it could be her. I don't know. I
So
just
good
think
at
I'm
this.
better on the outside, you know?
Well, you mean you're not sick of playing blind yet?
Oh no, I love being blind. It's fantastic. It's so funny. Everyone treats you differently.
Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Fine. Okay, fine. Fine. Fine.
Hey, Marcon, is it
Okay.
fine? And okay.
I can do so many jokes. I should have done this earlier.
What's
All right.
happening?
We'll do it.
Is there
After-
anything I should do? Kosima?
No.
Just learn how to fight.
Stand here. I know how to fight. Have you not seen how awesome I am?
You actually did pretty well against the beast. I was impressed. You can say thank you.
I know.
Or you cannot.
Oh, here we go.
But thank you, my Leia.
Oh, you said it. All right, well, I guess when he's done with his little speechy thing, we'll just go.
Both of
Well,
us?
the two humans continue to talk to the Admiral about what they did and what they know and how this means a lot to the humans being saved and stuff, and that it's in a semi-loud voice. And other humans will be like, yeah, we're free now. Yeah, they took our earrings off and stuff like that.
Wow, so exciting.
For freedom.
And they're like, they're scanning the hall looking for someone they recognize. Let's see if I'm gonna do it at disadvantage because there's so many people in this room. Well, it can't get any lower than that. Okay. Yeah, they're not finding any, like, they're not finding Marcon in particular. I'm just who they're looking for, but, like, they continue to look and describe to the Admiral what you looked like.
Cool.
And he's like, if any of the people matching those descriptions, or if any of the people matching those descriptions can come forward. Elf with red hair, smaller elf with dark brown hair, elf with blue hair. I'm surprised at how many elves might actually want to help humans. And an elf with a shaved head. In fact, they're all elves. He's like, fuck. Like, we put the elves on the other ship going back.
It's all falling apart for him.
Maybe that's what happens when you treat elves poorly.
And the two humans are like, seriously? You put all the elves on the ship going back? They're not here at all? And he's like, we don't have room for prisoners.
Maybe it's not a problem at all then.
Well, if there's any elves on this ship, please come see me.
No.
He goes, form up your ranks, wait for your assignments. Dismissed.
Wait, are we forming up our ranks and waiting for our assignments? Or are we dismissed?
Or are we going to the Admiral?
All right.
The surgeons will dismiss them.
Yes, all right. Let's go to the Admiral. Yes? All right, here we go.
Great, good.
Aren't we supposed to get in our rings?
Oh, yeah, no, we're ignoring that. All right, here we go.
Good.
Marcon,
knock,
I
knock,
will
knock.
be here, so if you need something, I will be doing stealth.
So you go
We
to
go
the Admiral's
to
cabin.
the Admiral's cabin.
Shortly after he enters, you knock on the door.
Knockety knock, knock, knock.
Yes.
Admiral Rudolph?
Yes.
May we come in?
Yes, come in.
All right, so we go in.
I just
So-
like how many times he had to say yes.
What?
Yes.
Yes.
Admiral
Yes.
Rudolph, what if I told you that you weren't looking for elves at all, but some folks disguised as elves? Disguised as elves.
Doesn't do pretty good. Okay. Go on. You think they were in disguise?
Well, we know.
We do in fact know that they were in disguise.
It would make sense.
Yes, it would. Nice to meet you. I'm one of the rebels.
We didn't want to say it in the company we were in before.
In front of the others.
Why? They idolize you.
That's exactly the problem.
He is still not entirely sure he believes you.
That's fine. That's exactly the problem. When we revealed ourselves back then, and even not completely, it made things a lot harder to get our job done, which is how we ended up on this boat in the first place.
Right. And the more people who know who we are, the harder it will be for all of us.
Do you have some proof?
That we're the rebels?
Yes.
Oh yes, look at my eyes.
They're glowing.
That's exactly it.
And yours too.
Yup.
Like, what is that supposed to mean? It could be under some kind of curse.
No, so when we killed the
Oh,
beasties,
that's fine. I could do this. And can I just fail an intelligence save or a wisdom save right here?
oh no, don't do that.
The first time to become the Phoenix in your own time. This not intelligence save. Can you, because you want to do this? Can you do? I guess let's go for Arcana.
Arcana?
You're putting on a new magical self.
11.
For a second it works, and you he gets the image of the phoenix and like glitter fire or whatever, and it doesn't last.
Okay.
But the flash of anger and the flash of fire does stay. And he's still not too convinced because it's like people are allowed to be magical in Kagoro, like Breeze, and so they're not so. He's like, is this just a minor illusion?
Well, okay, what kind of proof would you require?
Tell me how you did it.
Killed the beasts?
Yes.
Oh, with a chant? And then the beast came, and then we killed it, and then it took over our bodies.
Okay. That's specific enough. Why?
Oh,
Why are you doing this?
to take down the beast.
Right.
So you really are doing it to take down Beast?
Well, and for fun.
For fun. You're some kind of agents of chaos?
I'm just
Yes,
looking for a
actually.
hobby.
Actually, I think pseudo, yes. Yes, we are.
Then what do you think about what I said earlier?
About what? Letting you all do your thing and steal your weapons?
But-
Sure, go have a great time. Trouble with that is,
We need an escape route.
we need an escape route, so you'll have to wait for us.
Well, we have to wait for you.
Well, yes, you wait. You do your thing, and then you go back to the ship and you wait there. And then we will kill the beastie and come to you, and then we'll all get off together.
How far is it from the port to the city? To the capital city?
That's a great question. Do we know that?
You should know it by now.
We know that.
Can you
It's about like
answer
an
that?
hour.
No. It's like, no, it's not even 3. It's
45 minutes.
no.
It's 3 to get to my place.
Get to your place, and then from. Can you do a history check?
Depends on if you're flying or walking.
You've done this trip like at least once when you went to
Okay.
go see Alma straight from
history
the
check?
port to the capital.
Both of us or just one of us?
Yeah, if you want to go-
19!
12.
You know it's gonna be like if you're going by carriage, it's at least 10 hours.
Oh, that's right. About 10 hours. By carriage.
And if you have been sinking the islands by taking the beast, how quickly do the islands sink?
It
Pretty
takes
quickly.
a while. I know, no, it takes, there's like
I mean,
earthquakes and
There's
shaking and breaking, and then things fall
and
apart.
usually
It's
mass
been getting
chaos.
It's been getting faster.
We watched
Right.
that island go down, your last one,
Mhm.
in about 7 hours, 8 hours.
Yes, well, it seems to be getting faster each time. Probably because there's less magic each time. So who knows, really? It could be a couple hours, it could be a few minutes.
How are we going to save you then?
That's a great question.
The
Well,
only thing I
if
can
you
think is
want-
if you somehow climb the mountains, but I don't know how quickly you can climb a mountain before the water catches up. What about the birds you mentioned earlier? Are these real, or you were just making up stuff?
Oh,
No,
no,
they're
there's real
real. We
birds.
just don't know if we can arrange that situation again.
Oh, see how I mentioned the royal family and things like that earlier?
I
Well,
asked about it, yes.
some of those birds belong to one of them, and she was right on board with helping us. So, safe passage for her and any of the elves we choose, and we can help.
So in the end, there's nothing I can do for you.
What I just said, safe passage for the elves that we choose.
And I'm saying I can't save you.
Oh, probably not. You're just not powerful enough.
No, so if you are fine with waiting for us to go in, get the weapons, and come out, then you gain nothing from this.
Except for the safe passage for the elves that we choose.
Okay. If you're okay with that.
And perhaps a fighter or two.
Ooh!
You're asking for some of our fighters?
Yes.
I
The ones we
mean,
choose.
It sounds like you've done pretty well on your own this whole time fighting beasts.
Yes, but this one is supposed to be the most powerful.
Fair. Then yes, I can. You have already done so much for us. The fact that there's no more bubble, for instance. I have a lot to thank you for. I can give you anything you ask for. Within reason.
Great.
How about this? Stop attacking Sebulod.
I said within reason.
Yeah.
That's
He just
reasonable.
looks at you. It is our Emperor's wish that the archipelago be united.
Oh, I'm
I am
sure it
carrying
is.
out.
But feasibly, we could take down the entire crew if we just don't wait.
If you don't wait, you mean if we are on the island?
Yes.
How do I respond to a threat like that?
Oh, it's not a threat.
Then what kind of... Will you swear? Will you swear on something? That you will not go and fight the beast and kill it while we're still there, looting?
Oh, yeah, sure. Why not?
What would you swear on? Asking both of you. He looks at both of you.
My life? I
What
don't know.
What do you hold precious to you?
Um,
What is something that would cause you to keep your vow?
Oh,
Honestly-
I know. Can I take out? Do I don't have it, do I? Or the little skull.
I don't know. That's up to you.
what a bitch! No.
I know
Yeah.
Faye has hers.
I'm gonna take. I'm gonna assume that I have mine.
Okay.
I've never used it, but I'm gonna take it out and say I'll swear on this thing.
Whose head is that?
Oh, I don't know. It's just it was given to me. It's a very cool little skull thing. I'll swear on this. You can have this if you want it. If we break our promise.
That it sounds like it means nothing to you.
Oh no, it's very cool. I've been holding on to it for a very long time.
I'm not convinced that this is precious to you.
Well. Yeah, why not? That's so mean. It's so rude. Well, since I'm on a bound, Bayami's life.
Would you have Bayami go with you
Oh, yes.
as a fighter? Then that should keep you honest. I don't imagine you'd want him left behind. And what about you, Homer?
Wait, I have to swear on something too?
Just give him some money.
Oh
It does
gosh, I
sound
don't
like
have
she is
money.
the leader of your group, but I am asking for your loyalty as well.
Ugh. I swear on. Okay, what do I swear on?
The precious.
The precious.
The precious. I swear on the honor of my family.
Do you giggle after saying that?
I try not to.
He got a nat 1 as far as insight goes, so.
The honor of my family.
He's like, okay.
Great.
And I expect them to hold you to it.
Great.
Now, what about the other two elves? Or was they not? They were in disguise. They were not actually elves.
Yes, well, just for safety reasons, we're not going to, say who they are, but
They
Yeah.
have chosen not
You can
to
trust us.
identify themselves.
I want to see who do this. Nope. Okay.
I have half a mind to keep one of you behind as
Oh.
collateral, but I will not.
Well, you've got Biomi's wife. He likes her quite a lot.
All right. Well, what other fighters would you want? How many do you need?
Well, let's see.
say
2 of us, plus Bayami, plus our other 2
friends,
friends.
Cletus and Lisa.
Do you think maybe 1 more so that there's options
Did you just
for
out
the
us after
beast?
saying you wouldn't out us?
No, I
Okay.
said no. I said these are the other fighters that we're choosing.
Okay.
Cletus and Lisa. And then our other 2 friends who will meet on the island. We should be fine.
Great.
Okay. So, in that case, you will stay behind while we do our looting. When we come back, then you will go. That is the plan.
Great.
Yes. And while you're looting, you're not going to harm the king and Tuzeland.
Our plan is not to harm
I
anybody.
don't care what your plan is. I'm telling you what you're not going to do.
I understand. This is why we must break up the slaves in case they want to harm others. I understand, of course, the anger. But that is not why we are here.
Okay. Sounds
Great.
good.
Good.
So, you'll be on board for quite a while then. Let me get you a room.
We'll be bored for quite a while.
He personally shows you to a room. Or 2, like some of the nicer rooms as far as like officers might have.
Do we get to collect Lisa
friends.
and
And
He-
well,
he takes
I
the
at
2 of-
some point will have been like messaging, so how's it going?
Yeah. Yeah, he comes out. Were you, because you were beyond the door, right?
I
Rachel?
was somewhere probably on the deck
Oh.
with Kosima, so I don't know. I probably would have to roll stealth to make sure no one sees me casting a spell.
They probably just think you're a weirdo.
Which you are.
Hmm. How is it going?
And they're like, who is she talking to? Yeah, so no, he does, you don't, he just shows the 2 of you rooms.
Okay, great.
Well, actually, because he at this point you've told it that only, that Cletus and Lisa are people that you've met here, so he doesn't think of you as rebels, them as rebels, and he's just giving you 2 a special room.
Right.
So there's only like 2 berths in there.
Great. So
I'll
do we
come find you when we are finished with our work.
Great.
Until then, you're free to wander about the ship, but I ask that you don't leave.
And the other 2 soldiers that we listed, the fighters, are they going to go with you or are they going to stay with us?
Do you mean Cletus and Lisa?
Yes. And Bayami.
I'll ask them to stay.
Great.
Yay.
Fantastic. Great.
So he leaves to go, like, deliver the message and find Lisa, Cletus, and Priami and bring them to
How do
me.
we convince the Admiral to give us a captain?
I'm just thinking about how the Admiral's like probably looking at Lisa's thing and like, she's 4F. What the hell do they want her for?
She's blind.
Yeah,
Well-
exactly. Yeah, so it's
She
like
failed every test. I don't understand.
yeah, people find you and Cletus, and they're like, the Admiral wants to see you. And so Cletus leaves
you
you,
probably-
Lead
nervous.
the way, Cletus.
and the Admiral talks to you in his office, and he says, "You have been selected by the rebels to join them in their mission."
I am honored.
And Cosima's like, "Oh,
very interesting.
You were right. So interesting. We are honored. Do we get special things?
I will do what I can to help outfit the rebels in their cause.
Okay.
But in the meantime, you will stay on this ship. You will not join your squad. I will let your sergeants know.
Oh, okay.
And it might be kind of boring for you, so I suggest you take up carving something or
Take up
what-
carving.
other things that sailors do.
So funny.
Okay. Do you have dice? That's pretty much the only thing I know how to play.
We have tons of dice. I'll show you to where the rebels are staying.
Wonderful.
So he brings you to the new cabin.
Do you know the card game War?
Yeah. So, you didn't tell him your names. You just said that you were the rebels.
Correct.
Right.
Here are Cletus and Lisa for you.
Oh, goody, goody, goody.
Cletus and
Marge.
Lisa, we are in fact the rebels,
Oh,
and we are requesting your assistance with our mission.
all this time we were standing next to you and I didn't know.
Yes.
Wait, are you? I mean, I heard her voice. That was Marge. Is Homer here too?
Homer
Yes,
is
hello.
here too.
The Admiral leaves.
Everyone, high five!
Yeah, you're like, why would they want her?
I'm very, very powerful sometimes.
Oh my God.
We are the rebels.
We are the rebels.
It's rebellion, isn't it? I rebel.
So what happens now?
We wait.
Now we wait. And
No one answered my message that I was so clandestinely casting.
We were busy.
So how did
sorry.
it go?
Oh, it was good.
Remarkably
He
well.
totally believed us, and we said we're going to meet the other two members of our party on the island, and then we requested safety for any of the elves we chose. You're welcome. And then we requested you all again. You're welcome. And then we requested that Tuzalond and the king be spared.
And in return, we're going to wait until they're done pillaging to attack the beastie.
Yes.
Yeah, all right.
Wait, don't you have some kind of spell to contact Tuzalon?
I do, now that I have rested, because unlike you dopes, I only need 4 hours. So,
Like you dopes.
okay, what am I saying? Well, now that we have our plan, what am I saying to her? Be like, hey,
Hey, the Kagorans are coming to steal all of your weapons. Stay out of their way. And then get us some big birds, and we're going to destroy the final beastie.
all right, I'm gonna need multiple spell slots for that. So let's start with one.
Why don't you say, Kagorans coming to steal your weapons, stay away. Give us big bird for beast kill.
All right, let me do my thing. I gotta get in my headspace. Okay, so I'm gonna use a pack slot. Hey, Tuzi. So we're with the Kagorans. They want your weapons, so stay away from the factory. Birds. We need birds for after dragon fight.
Nice.
Okay. And she's had a harrowing night of
Killing her
killing
sister.
her sister and dealing with the consequences. She's like, what do I say? Father told all elves, escape now. So many are gone.
Nice.
My sister is dead.
Oh.
My father and I will be there to help you fight.
That's sweet.
Oh my goodness. Big drama in the royal family. Doppelot dead.
Whoa!
Dead.
Doppelot the dead?
Doppelot dead.
Something must have
Tuzi
happened.
and her papa will be able to help us in the dragon fight.
Ooh.
He apparently told everyone to get out of Dodge, so a lot of elves are leaving or have left. So,
Oh, I think I was
cool.
even seeing some as I stood on deck earlier.
Oh, when I was trying to message and these fools wouldn't answer me.
Yes, definitely a lot of boats and action in the port.
Hmm.
Good.
Okay. Well, do I even need a second sending? I feel like I got it all in one. I'm so good at what I do.
You're
Do I
so
need
good
to
at
say other
sending.
things?
No, I think we're good.
I suppose that's it. If I would love to know what happened to Doppelot, but I suppose
Okay, I could do that because I mean I'm gonna use a pack slot so I can get it back at a short
we'll find
rest.
out when we see Tuzalon.
No, we can ask then. You don't need to ask now.
Nothing really matters.
Nothing really matters. Anyone can see.
I have a question.
Nothing really matters.
Now that Tuzi doesn't have a sibling anymore, can we call her Onesie?
Stop it.
Okay, see that's something you should really save if I go full turtle.
Oh,
That would
great.
work.
I told you it was jokes. Maybe I didn't say that out loud, but I remembered.
So we'll leave it there, I guess, with you all sort of just not sure what to do right now as you get used to this, perhaps waiting.
Just chilling like villains.
Yeah. You
And
did
villain
it.
like chillins.
And Tuzalon didn't die. So, because that's awesome. I was gonna have something else happen if that was gonna be the case.
Oh,
I'm glad she didn't die.
I'm also glad she didn't
She's
die.
super powerful.
No Tuzalon dying.
Dabalot doesn't have any healing spells, and so that was a thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so thank
Great,
you.
everybody wave.
Rocket ships.